Hello everyone, Dr. Candy Khan, CEO and Director for Candid Coaching and Consulting. I was asked recently to share my thoughts on what are the essential elements for diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. So here I go. This is not to say these are the only 8 essential elements. There are lots of other essential elements you need. I'm just going to share 8 with you. First one being leadership to commit to diversity, equity, inclusion work. Please be mindful that this is a journey, not an event. So you can't expect people who are doing diversity in an organization to make this happen overnight. It's a long-term game. So what does leadership commitment looks like? It might look like a proclamation where everyone signs at the more senior level in the organization to say, we're committed, we're going to give you the resources and the time to make this happen. The second commitment is identifying and securing those DEIB goals. So these are the 4 goals I work with. I always work with diversify the workforce to ensure you're reflective of those we serve at all levels of the organization, not just the front line. We want to make sure we identify, remove systemic barriers. You're not going to know what these barriers are unless you consult, either through a survey, through focus group, through targeted interviews. Third one being making sure we hire highly skilled people, but then they can also work in a respectful manner. Last but not the least, how do you know you're meeting the needs of those you serve? Third element is integration of DEIB principles in your policies and practices and your business plans. You need a DEIB framework. If you don't have a framework, what do you know? How do you know what you're working toward? You need education and training, but please don't start with education and training because you don't have any ways to align the training to. So you can offer general training, but you need the framework. You need the DEIB policy. You need measurements. You do need to review your policies and documents to make sure they're aligned with the DEIB framework and the strategy of the organization. You need to measure what you're doing. Without measurement and evaluation, how do you know where you're going? Last but not the least, responsibility and accountability. Without key performance indicators, you don't know if staff and leaders are both modeling and meeting those 4 goals I identified. Diversifying the workforce, identifying barriers, ensuring you're removing barriers, and making sure people work in a respectful manner. And last but not the least, meeting the needs of those we serve. If anything I said today resonates with you, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There are multiple ways to get a hold of me. My books are listed in this link as well. And I want to thank you for reaching out and posing these wonderful questions. And it gives me some time to think through these questions and actually reformulate some of my responses. We're always learning together. We're always growing. Nobody has a final answer. Remember, education evolves. The idea of education is this is what we know today. It could change tomorrow. Thank you for your time.